Welcome back to the Nobody Oxfordian channel. Just want to give a short presentation of some additional information on the Allegory of King Henry painting. Some additional scientific studies have been done on this painting. I'd like to give a brief update on the Allegory of King Henry VIII, which was painted in the same time frame, the 1590s. And it is during this time that there was a question about the succession of Queen Elizabeth, but it is also the time in which William Shakespeare first appeared, the time that we're starting to see coding of 17 and 40 in our books and poems. William Cecil was the Secretary of State from 1590 to 1596 upon his death, and his son Robert Cecil took over, so which during this time also that King James from Scotland started to make the entry of succession. The Earl of Oxford coat of arms is a combination of colors of red and gold called gules and or. And for those skeptical of my last presentation, notice how Peace, that I think is pregnant, has a gold dress on, and that Bounty has a red dress on. And of course, this painting is over 400 years old. There has been some fading. Peace's tunic was painted with smalt blue and some white lead. It would have had a much bluer appearance. And keep in mind that the Vere family used a blue boar for their symbol. But of course, this is most likely coincidence as usual. But I think those individuals of the day would have looked at this painting with those colors and at least thought of Edward Vere. So we have to ask ourselves, why is Edward Vere on a painting dealing with the allegory of King Henry and the Tudor succession? Is he there because he's the great William Shakespeare and worthy of a position of notoriety on this painting because of his muse? Is he the patron of this piece of art? Or does he deserve a place on this portrait but cannot be there because he's the bastard of Elizabeth? In the 1635 Van Dyck painting of the 4th Earl of Pembroke, who is married to Susan de Vere, and she's on his left, stand his two children, Charles Herbert in red, he died a year after this painting, and Philip in gold, who later became the 5th Earl of Pembroke. These are the grandchildren of Edward Vere, and they are in the colors of the Earl of Oxford's coat of arms. And between them, they are making an M. M is mem, and Hebrew is 40. There are other things in this painting I'm going to get to in another video, but perhaps we should start looking at the coloring used in these paintings, and anytime we see red and gold or gules and or, we should think perhaps the artist is asking us to look for our buddy Edward Vere. And Edward Vere's other grandchild in the picture, Lady Anne Sophia Herbert, is in blue. So both of these paintings have red, gold, and blue. And she has a similar pose, hand over her belly. She is obviously pregnant, holding a hand, and in blue. John Anthony was the first to point out that M was in the Greek alphabet mem and represented 40. This picture here demonstrates that the Byzantines used the Greek letters to represent numbers for their coins, and these are coins that have E for the Greek numeral 5, I for the Greek numeral 10, K is 20, and M is 40. So I think this puts to rest any notion that we are making up, abusing the idea that M is 40. This allegory of King Henry VIII's Tudor succession is housed at Yale University. It is currently off a display while they are doing X-ray fluorescence. The one image released happens to be that of Peace, and as you know in my previous video, I surmised that Peace is pregnant. The X-ray fluorescence is able to detect colors no longer discernible to the eye, and so you can see her tunic is blue, cobalt blue, while Bounty's dress is using a mercury-based vermilion red. You can also see it in the fruit that Bounty is carrying, as well as Peace's hairpiece. So let's superimpose these two pictures and let's see if Peace looks any more pregnant to your eye. Tell me it wasn't the painter's intention to give the impression that Peace is pregnant, holding the hands of Queen Elizabeth. Remember, the hand over the belly is a universal pose for pregnant women. Thank you for watching.